Hello and welcome everybody to Rollsborne. We're going to just kick it off, unless anybody has anything they want to say.
Go away.
All right.
Kick it off.
We are going to go not time skip too far, but we are going to time skip a little bit to a little bit more interesting scene rather than you guys just walking through the desert and, counting the number of times you see the same tumbleweed blow around you.
So we're not going to do like the first 4 chapters of The Gunslinger?
Never read it, but no.
It's just a dude walking through a desert for like forever.
Instead, we're going to come across something that kind of stops all three of you dead in your tracks. What lays before you is somewhat... Cliff is maybe too strong of a word, but it is a recess. Large enough for all of you to be able to fit in. And as you look around, you begin to realize certain telltale signs. Large gashes along the raised section that you had to climb down to get here, as the ground kind of just drops away. So you are on a raised plateau area, and you had to dip down to be able to continue down. Long claw marks in the rocks. What looks to be softer material, but probably the more alarming one are these reddish yellow, or brownish yellow. Unfortunately, the best way to describe it are large eggshells scattered about.
Broken. It's okay. It's
If anybody would like to make me survival checks here.
I can do one, and I am going to say.
Anybody want to assist, or?
Sure.
I do have a question. I'm
course.
sure Hank is probably aware of Deathclaws, but I'm curious how much.
That's what the survival roll is.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, that's bad.
Let's see.
That's not gonna happen.
I got 2 successes.
Oh, nice.
Is there a way?
Two-
Is there any way? Is there any way to like? I don't know if there's a system for it. Is there a way to like push a roll or
Bend AP and you get an extra die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's stuff that you would do before you roll.
Yeah, before you roll.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll just throw
Okay,
one in there just to throw it in there.
No,
Okay, so
I don't even notice them.
no, you notice them,
Okay.
but everybody here is familiar with the savage creatures of the wasteland. Deathclaws being some of the more apex. Let's just put it like that. I would say all of you are familiar enough to know that Deathclaws lay eggs, and they are roughly about this color. The 2 of you that got 1 success or more are also going to be able to pick up on the fact that these eggs are not broken as if damaged. These eggs are broken because they hatched. For those of you that have more than 1 success, kind of looking around the area, Mama has been here within the last hour.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna look around. Keep a close look on the eggs as well. Pick one up. These are still wet. Very fresh. That's concerning.
Flint just kind of instinctively grabs for his 10 millimeter. He doesn't pull it out of the holster. He just kind of puts his hand on it and grips it really hard.
Can I tell? Obviously, there's probably a lot of tracks. Clearly, the most recent ones going in which direction?
It is somewhat hard to tell because this was obviously a nest. So you have foot tracks going all different directions, all various ages, some of them very close to the same age. So it's really, really hard to tell. Maybe I would have given that to you if you somehow gotten 3 successes.
Fair enough. How about a number? How many? Count the eggs.
There's at least 5 babies.
So,
And 2 adults.
2.
I don't think the games tell us if they, mate for life or anything like that, so do with that information as you will. I don't think that's discussed.
How thick are these eggshells as far as like if I wanted to pick up and pocket a couple of them, would it just instantly disintegrate when I put it in my pocket, or would it actually hold form?
I feel like it would hold form.
Yeah, I would lean towards it holding form. I'm
just gonna
maybe
pick
like
up
an inch thick.
Yeah, that's kind of okay. So I'm gonna pick up a couple of them and just pocket them. Like I'm looking around, slowly going to the ground, like just kind of bending down without moving too quickly, without moving my feet, and just kind of trying to pick up a couple that look like they're, a decent size that they'll fit in my pocket but not be too big.
You collect shells?
Well, thinking is we're not so up on supplies currently. Could be tradable later.
I mean, I've heard of people trading for Deathclaw eggs. They make a mean omelet. Usually that's before they hatch.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. They're not that big pieces.
You know how I can do this.
All right. Well,
I need to make a note here.
I count around 5 or so youngins running around. A couple of parrots, judging by these claws over here. All relatively close.
And from here on out, we go silent. Not quiet. Silent.
Would we have established any type of hand signals or anything like that prior to this point?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't have.
We're gonna have to communicate. Yeah, we're gonna have to communicate in some way in order to decide which direction to go. But it's obviously not going to be some sort of hand signals or anything if we haven't established that.
They wouldn't be like advanced hand signals. Probably simple like.
Go.
Like it's over that. Like check out it. Look over there. Yeah. Here comes the Deathclaw.
I think as well. Is it fair to assume that we know we've got like a kind of we know how we approach this? Like Hank goes first because he's more of the scout.
I thought you were going to say you could smell them.
Yeah, I think we probably have established that in the past when scavenging.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Hank takes a peek first, make sure there's no big bads. Yeah, Hank will take point. Oh, how far along have we left Rusthole? Between Rusthole and the, was it Razor?
Razor.
Yeah.
Razor. Yeah.
Just for simplicity's sake, say you're about at the halfway mark.
Halfway. Okay.
Just simplicity's sake.
What time of day is it? Or we're going at night, right?
We're going at night. Yeah.
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 Okay. So probably not much light other than the moonlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, all things considered, this is not a bad place for them to be. We're not too close to any settlement. That I know of, anyway. As long as we're running on silent, like was suggested, we should be alright. Although, Deathclaw parts do catch a fairly good price, as was pointed out.
I'm not sure we have the hardware to take down one.
Also
much
true.
less 5.
Well, perhaps not one of the adults. Babies, maybe.
Pretty sure if we kill one of the babies, the big one's gonna come after us.
Maybe. I don't recall ever seeing a herd of Deathclaws, though. Or a pack, even.
You want
Do
to
I make
try
a roll for
it?
that? Do Deathclaws
You
hunt
wanna
in
try-
packs?
Do you want to try it? You be my guest.
Hey, I'm just presenting options. So when we get to the Raider camp, we might need some bartering materials, whether that be caps or parts, or scavenge or junk.
We'll find something else on the way. I don't think we rely on this.
No. Absolutely not. I thought maybe some of you might have been the more excitable type, so but I just throw it out.
Watch us get to the camp. and
Okay,
they're like, yeah. In order to get this, you're gonna have to go kill those Deathclaws.
Discuss.
So, this would be something you guys would know, so I'm willing to share this. Deathclaws are notorious pack animals.
Well then, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard no.
Yeah, they are pack animals.
But in the game, they're only one.
Okay, if you want to bring
I'm
the
just
game
joking.
into
No,
this,
no.
let's talk about quarry. Let's talk
I was
about
gonna. I
quarry
was about to
junction.
say. Yeah, I was about to say.
I have no recollection of this place.
Yes, because you stealth sniped your way through it.
As you should. As I'm going to do now.
So, if you guys want to attempt to move quietly, give me stealth rolls, because these always go so very well for Ratchet.
Ratchet, do you want to buy an extra die with our party AP?
I would not be opposed to that.
I can, yeah, why not? So I do just drop it by 1 and then roll an extra die.
You get, yeah, you drop the party and it gives you an extra D20. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, I'll
And then
I'll
I
let
get,
you roll.
and then I get,
you get the
One.
AP. Yeah.
yep, I get the spent AP.
Oh, look at
and then
that.
roll 3.
Wow.
Dang.
Dude. Also not bad.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Even with the third one. I mean, I got 4 successes and Hank got 3, so
Can I give him one of mine?
Jeez.
I'll deal with it. I'll deal with the consequences. Whatever. It's
and it's not even because you're not like skilled in it. You just straight rolled ridiculoly high numbers.
You did, yes.
I know. Oh,
Any other
Christ.
game, that would be great rolls.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I just cannot. It's this game. It absolutely despises me.
Well, at least for this night.
Hit me with consequences, damn it!
You didn't roll a 1. or a crit?
No, no, no. I've got consequences.
Oh no!
I've got consequences, but at least for this night, you're able to make your way out of the nest area unmolested. And we'll pick back up when you guys make campfall. You're a little bit closer to Razor now. You can actually start to see the buildings on the horizon. However, daybreak is coming. And with that, the desert is beginning to heat up. You have time to set up camp should you choose, or if you want, you could probably make it to Razor if you just continue to travel, but obviously that is going to count as a point of fatigue.
How
To keep
long?
going.
How long of a time frame? If let's say we stopped, roughly how long would it take us if we started at nightfall to get there?
I believe I gave Peter the time frames for the travel.
It was like 20-something hours to go up to Bullhead, a little less than that, so I want to say 15 to 18 to get down to Razor.
So you are roughly about, you traveled throughout the night. We'll just average it. The night's roughly about 12 hours long. So you're looking at roughly about 3 to 4 hours left. So you'd get there fairly early morning after the sun had risen, but still, I will drop you to a point of fatigue at that point. So you will be operating on
Little sleep.
very little sleep, yes. So I leave it up to you. Do you wish to set up camp at this point before the sun fully rises?
I mean, personally, I'd be more inclined to just keep going, but
I think
Hank is
Flint would.
more the cautious type, so Hank would probably, if given a vote, he'd vote for camp and get there fresh.
I think Flint would look at the distance and confer with Hank to confirm that the information we just got about how much further it is roughly. And then he'd look at Ratchet and he'd say, how much trouble might we be in if we come up on the raiders in the middle of the night?
you never know. It's one of those things. Maybe if they're hopped up, they're on edge. If they're morning, they may be coming down. You can never tell.
I just kind of shoot a glance towards Hank to see what his thoughts are.
So either we get there when they're tired and we're fresh, or when they're fresh and we're tired.
I guess it's a risk either way.
The only thing I can guarantee about how predictable they are is how unpredictable they are.
Well, I would say, Ratchet, as you've had the most dealings with these types, at least recently, why don't you make the call?
Flint nods in agreement.
I'll take a nap while you're thinking.
It's So I'm looking towards. It's probably Ratchet's more likely to think if we get there when they're probably a little bit worse for wear, maybe after the night before, there will just be less of them, and those that are there will probably be a little bit more subdued rather than hopped up. So more inclined to arrive when
Post raid.
Yeah. So I guess that's continuing, right? And we find them in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're continuing.
Which means
I
we're
think
getting
so.
fatigue.
Yes, everybody take a point of fatigue. So you go from, I
0 to
believe,
1? Oh, it'll be under the conditions, right?
yes,
Yes.
yeah,
status.
everybody is set to tired. Yes, so you would be going down to weary. So
I
that
will.
means
However, going through and realizing that we have to push onwards, I will share out my fresh water
okay.
or what is it? It's purified water. I've got 3 of those, so I'll give
One each.
1 apiece. Yeah.
I do have 1 purified water, so you could hold on to yours and I could use mine. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter either way.
Yeah. And then there's one. There's sort of. I'm happy to use mine because, like I say, it's
Sounds good.
So what I was going to say is, once you start traveling in the day, I was going to make you guys drop down a thirst level. But with that, I'll go ahead and just we'll mark it as neutral. You're not going to change thirst level. I'm not going to make you go back up just to go back down.
Gotcha.
Y'all
Staying
stay
at
at
13
thirst.
then.
Yes. As you arrive to where the city begins, first it starts off as more like suburban areas. Most of the houses here are honestly completely caved in or not standing. It is eerily quiet. But even with rundown houses that are somewhat collapsed, I feel like this might be the time to do a scavenge roll if you so choose.
yes.
So we don't think they're here right now.
You owe me.
This is the
that survival?
outskirt.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
This is
I'm
the
also-
outskirts, like suburbia.
Yep, makes
Is that
sense.
survival? Or
That was the one where we had to change the scavenge roll is one where we had to change. It was like perception and something else, right?
Yes, it was. Scavenge is perception and survival. Let me
Right, so
just-
okay, come on, game. You owe me a
Double
success
confirm.
here.
So you just change your attribute up top.
For Christ.
All right, so we have learned one valuable bit of information. Ratchet is not allowed to roll anything.
Ooh, I didn't.
This
know
is
that.
just like this is absolute. Sorry, this is really annoying me now. Of like seriously.
None of us.
Yeah, none of us did well.
No, I know, but it's like it's seriously. I haven't rolled anything below a 10. It's just that point of like.
It's all right. Next
Seriously,
session
yeah.
you'll roll nothing but 4s and 5s.
Well, no, it's
but
the same
it'll be
last session as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
I
but
haven't succeeded yet in
But
this
it'll be-
game. I haven't made
yeah.
a success. It's
but
just
it'll be
you're
on the most
just-
useless rolls. You get 4s
you're
and 5s on
stacking the
things that don't
odds.
matter.
Unfortunately, this area has been very thoroughly cleaned out. You only waste maybe about an hour looking through stuff, but it's all
clear
gone.
It's been looked through.
Yeah, it's... Which, unfortunately, brings you to the decision that you need to make. How do you go into the city proper, where most of the... Skyscraper's a good word here, because I need to look at needles really quick.
I don't think there are any skyscrapers in Needles.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards not...
Probably talking more like 4, 5, 6-story buildings as opposed to skyscrapers.
I love how I type in Needles California skyline, and I get the Space Needle. It's just like, that's not even remotely close to what I'm asking. Yeah, no, most buildings here are not very tall. You almost barely notice the difference between suburbia and Needles itself. However, the main reason you're able to tell the difference is you start seeing the telltale signs. Pikes with carcasses in various states of decay, some human, some not. You start to see a lot of tagging with one specific symbol, which is that of what looks to be like a rad scorpion tail twisted on itself and covered in razor blades.
Boy.
And as you kind of look up ahead, you start to notice, and not even look ahead, but as you look around, you start to see fortifications. Like the street to the right of you is blocked off. The street to your left is blocked off, and then all of a sudden, a few blocks away, you see a massive fortification blocking the street ahead. As you get to that fortification, you see that the street to the left is clear, but it's blocked off to the right.
So, do we go right or do we go right?
Sorry, I'm trying to visualize this.
They have blocked off streets that they don't want us to go down because they want us.
It's only so we've only got the one way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
They're funneling you.
Okay.
You go
Very
where
clearly.
Yeah, you go where they want you to go, essentially.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I will. I'm happy to sort of lead the way ahead, but it's kind of like looking only as well as looking ahead. I want kind of to look at any kind of elevated points as well.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
Head on a swivel.
What role would be the best for this? I hate the fact that there's not just like a perception roll. That is the one thing that does bug me. I want something in the perception range. Not lockpick, that doesn't make sense. Pilot doesn't make sense. Can you change? So here's what I'll do. Do sneak, but instead of rolling agility, roll perception.
Oh.
Basically, the
I mean,
idea
I'm not-
you're looking for people sneaking rather than trying to sneak yourselves.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, that's even worse.
Hey, maybe that means you'll roll better on it.
I've got a 5. Like this is gonna.
Hey, look at that! First success.
Finally. I was owed that game.
So everybody got one success? Okay. I do that. I like to do multiple rolls just because if you guys get a higher success, I can dole out more information.
Yep, makes sense.
But with everybody at one success, everybody's going to... You are being tracked. You haven't seen anybody yet. But you've heard the telltale signs of like rubble, accidentally being kicked as people move.
Flint's instinct is to go for his gun, but like his arm starts to move towards it, but then he thinks better of it and he gets close to Ratchet and whispers, so are we better off not coming in weapons drawn.
Oh yeah.
Right.
They see
And,
guns drawn, they see guns drawn, they'll be on edge. When they get on edge, everyone starts firing. They get unpredictable, like I say. Only thing predictable about them.
So Flint will step back a little bit to be more behind Ratchet like he was before, and tries very hard to focus on not reaching for his pistol.
Yeah, Hank is similar. I don't want to say he has his rifle slung on his back. He's holding it, but it's not pointed anywhere specific. It's just kind of held and down, kind of casual, just carrying it. But he's still holding it and just looking around casually, seeming, but still walking with purpose.
As you follow the path that is laid before you, quite literally in this case, you realize you're looping around on yourself a lot. And it becomes very apparent this is done to disorient you. Get you confused, a little bit bewildered. But no hostility is taken against you while you walk this path. All you know is you are being watched from high points and from within a few of the buildings that you're starting to notice might be somehow interconnected. You're not entirely sure, though. And eventually, you make it to a large makeshift gate. This would essentially... You've looped around several times, and to your best guess, you must be somewhere towards the middle of Razor, as they've been calling it. And the closer you've gotten, well, kind of on the outside edge, I use the word carcasses. These are very much fresh kills on pikes.
I'm assuming humans, right?
Some humans, some animals.
Animals too. Okay.
Probably some of the most impressive ones are Yagwai heads on pikes.
Ooh.
And it's when you come to this door that you actually hear the first voice. Most people turn around by now. State your business. And then you notice a head pokes up from above the wall, but it's not your standard, like, somebody going like this. It's... Flint and Hank would probably know this as more of a... He's got his back pressed against the barrier, and he's just lifting his head up slightly to look over side-eyed.
Yeah, I will, as sort of catching that, I'll make sure that there is that Great Khan insignia on show. And it's the, we're looking for something specialist. We're here to do business.
Business? What makes you think we want to do business with you?
Because you know what our reputation is. And if you don't, then you should.
Do you even know what that reputation means? You're too young. You know nothing.
Trust me, I was cooking by the time I could stand up. How much you paying for chems these days?
You talk like that like we don't have our own fixer in here.
He ain't no con, I can promise you that. Maybe I teach him a thing or two. Maybe you help us out.
How about you pay to get in, and then we'll even see if we can do anything about that. What would be a good fair price to get in here? What would be a good fair price? How about all your weapons?
I'll do you a 9mm. Good. It's in good shape. One careful owner. And me.
No dice, no dice. All weapons. Every single one of them. You say you're here on friendly terms. I have no reason to believe that. And 2, weapons obviously fetch a better price than most things. So, I solved 2 of my issues with 1 stone. Imagine that.
I'll glance back to the other 2.
Flint as like with as little movement as possible, so it's not too obvious. Like shakes his head no.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard no for me as well.
My friends seem reluctant. I'm sure you understand why. Clients have a reputation. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. You make an offer, I make one in return.
I think I'm gonna want a speech check here. Remember, you can get assistance before you roll.
Okay.
You're probably gonna want that assistance from Hank.
Actually, Hank is surprisingly average in terms of.
I'm
think I'm
okay.
very
I'm not awful, but I could.
Basically,
Does
if Hank explains how he's assisting, he makes a roll, and then if he succeeds, you gain a extra d20.
Okay.
Let's see.
I believe that was the rule.
Is it? I don't
I
remember.
believe so.
We'll go with it. Basically, I'll kind of lean into him and point out that I guarantee they've got more guns in there than we do. What's another 3 guns? Don't make any difference there.
And what skill are you using?
Speech. Oh crap!
You succeeded, but there is a complication.
And I get a bonus die on the back of that.
Yes, I will reveal that complication in a second.
Okay. Okay, I will take that.
3 successes. It's technically 3 successes and 1 complication.
Okay, and I've and the way I'm going to say it is that it will be it's that point of we can't see him, can we?
You can. Yeah, basically, he's got his back pressed up against the top part of the barricade. There's obviously some scaffolding he's standing on. And whenever he speaks, he kind of pushes his back up against it and then leans his head like this. And then drops back down when he's done speaking.
Okay, it's that. Okay, so when he's do this with what you will. It will be that thing of when he's sort of like looking away. I'm gonna try and move that bit closer, and it's look. No one here clearly thinks anything of you. You're new blood. Let's be honest, because they got you watching the doors. Because they don't want you inside just yet. You haven't made your bones. And I'm here to talk to Jacob, not you. So you have my offer. You can get 1 9mm. You got plenty of guns in there. You can add it to your supply. What's it gonna be? Or I can drag you over that barrier and cut your throat here, and no one is even gonna know you're gone.
You hear what sounds like something large and sturdy thump against the scaffolding. And you begin to hear chains being removed or being moved. And the doors open just enough for one person to walk through. So it'll have to be a single file line. And as it kind of opens up, for lack of a better word, you can see the inside is essentially a shanty town built amongst the ruined buildings of of the city that used to sit here. Essentially what would be a downtown area, but filled with makeshift housing as well.
As we go in, I want to keep a lookout for him as well, and I'll have that 9mm kind of unloaded, but holding it by the barrel, and I'll just sort of hand it over.
I'm gonna make... He's staying up on the scaffolding. There is nobody to actually hand it to. However, I want to see how quickly he does this thing. So give me one moment here. Hold on, because this might actually be important. Just change the name of this character here so I can make a roll. Oh. I made that a different way. No, I didn't. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a sneak. Sneaky. Okay, he does it very quickly. That was more seeing how quickly he does this.
Okay.
As you walk through, you see the vague motion of him putting something away. And then as the three of you walk through, you notice one person on your left and one person on your right, unarmed. As the last of you go through, they push the door shut and begin to re-lock the chains around it. And the lookout just has this weird, sadistic smile as you continue walking forward, and then he gives you the little finger wave as you continue through.
Like a finger wagging?
Yeah,
Like
man.
this. That kind of
Oh, that kind of, okay.
Yeah.
What
Are they
you
making
gonna-
any moves toward us, or are we just able to move forward, or?
The three people that you've seen around the gate are manning a post. So they don't... Two of them seem indifferent. The other one, you get the idea he knows something's going to happen to you.
There's two of us.
So we're here to talk. I want to talk to Jacob. We want to talk to Jacob.
A voice, heavily distorted, and you're going to. The voice comes from an imposing figure in power armor.
So the rumors are true.
Running your mouth about a name that you should really be keeping out of it.
I was told it was you to talk to if we wanted to do business. That's why we're here. Nothing more, nothing less.
People don't talk to me unless they want to die or they run their mouth. Sounds like you want to do a bit of both. Speak when I tell you to. Matter of fact, he kind of looks around, and it's at this point you start to see 15, 20, maybe 30 people begin to start gathering about. You see the people that were following you throughout the city as well, popping out on the perimeters. Let's get this straight. I'm in charge here. You insects mean nothing to me. Matter of fact, let's demonstrate this. And he walks straight up to you, Ratchet. He doesn't lean down, but he essentially gets in your face. Obviously, he's a bit bulkier due to power armor. Get on your knees and kiss my boot.
It's
oh yes, it's one of these situations.
of this.
And on that note, we're gonna go to break.
Oh,
I was looking at the time and I was wondering.
Actually, hold on.
that's really good. That's
Let me
really good. That's really good.
rephrase this. That'll be all for Rollsborne. We'll see you on the next episode of Trial of the Old World. Take care.